Hey everybody out there in the YO universe, this is Survivor 2002 coming at you again from the Secret Lair in Virginia, and this is the American Idol recap show for Tuesday, May 12th, 2009. First things first, do we need to put 3 of the judges in a corner for a timeout for a full season or what? This is getting to be a little bit effing ridiculous with all the slap and tickle between Simon and Paula and Simon and Kara and Simon and whatever combinations that they had last night. But come on, guys. It was funny the first time. It was not so funny the 1,000,000th time. Settle down, would you please? Never mind. What's the use telling them to behave? It's not going to happen anytime soon. But getting to the performances last night, I'm not a conspiracy nut of any stripe, but I would tend to think that there is a little bit of animosity as far as who favors what contestant here, because first of all, when the final 3 did the judges' choices last night, when they first announced what Danny was going to do, I thought that whoever picked that for him had lost their damn mind. You're going to give Danny Terence Trent D'Arby. Really? Danny Gokey is going to sing Terence Trent D'Arby? I could only imagine how bad it was going to be, and sure enough, it wasn't as horrible as I was expecting, but it was definitely clumsy. In fact, my partner turned to me and asked me what all the screaming was about, and I said, well, I think screaming is what people do when they don't have enough soul to deal with a song like Dance Little Sister. So they figure if they just increase the volume, nobody will notice how crappy it sounds. Unfortunately, or fortunately in this case, I think people did notice. Danny had no business even going near that, although because it was the judge's choice, he really didn't have a say in the matter. But yeah, Joe Cocker would have been a much better selection, which coincidentally came up much later in the show. But yeah, Dance Little Sister didn't do Danny any favors and vice versa. He didn't do that song any favors. But I guess it could have been worse, because he could have gotten Sign Your Name or Wishing Well, which I'm glad he didn't even go near that. It was bad enough he has ruined Dream On for a little while for me as far as that goes. Wishing Well, I'm glad he just left that one alone. Okay, on the flip side, Kris was apologized by OneRepublic, and I could have sworn I saw OneRepublic's lead singer Ryan Tedder in the audience, and he wasn't looking too happy. Maybe that was just me imagining things, but I could have sworn he was there. It was just 10 steps below the original, so therefore I don't think he really hurt his chances of staying in. I don't think he helped his chances either. It just wasn't there. And hey, Simon had a good point with Kara and Randy. You can't select a song for somebody and then blame them because they thought it was wrong for them, because hello, you picked it. He didn't pick that. So I think Simon really called them out on that, and I'm glad he did. Good for you. And last but not least came Adam with One. Now here's where Simon needed to be dressed down. Wicked Game would have been such a much better selection for Adam than One was. Not that he did a bad job on One, but I think One was selected just so that Simon could stick out his flabby chest and crow about how, yes, I actually called Bono personally to ask his permission to have the song approved. It's like, you're gonna name drop now, really? Please. It's not called American Idol judges, it's called American Idol. It's about them, not about you. But then again, this is the final few episodes. No use in getting our Haynes wrapped in a bunch about that, so I'm not going to comment any more about it. But those were the judges' picks. The singers' picks. Danny decided to go with Joe Cocker and sing You Are So Beautiful. It was okay, but the song didn't need to be changed up that much. It was beautiful the way Billy Preston wrote it, and all you need to do is sing it just the way it was. But you know, Danny is up against Adam, so I guess he felt like he needed to pull out whatever rabbits he had in the hat because now is the time. And once it's done, it's done. So he did his best, and we'll see how that paid off tonight. Kris really shocked everybody. When Ryan announced what song he was doing, I thought maybe, I was hallucinating. Because when he said Heartless by Kanye West, I thought, you're going to start experimenting now at the end of the competition when you're probably in the most danger of being sent home the next night. You're going to start singing Kanye West? Really? And then, to everyone's wonder and surprise, he goes and does exactly what Kara had whined that, oh, I wish you just pulled out your guitar and gotten rid of the band and this, that, and the other, and just display the pureness of how well you sing. That's exactly what he did. And the best strategy is the fact that it's not that hard to sing better than Kanye West at all. Not even a little bit. And he didn't just sing better, he sang great. I mean, I've only heard the song maybe once or twice. I never understood the lyrics. I did when he did it. I thought, wow, that's really not a bad song. Let's see if that does help him stay in, though. I mean, fingers crossed. I am still really rooting for an Adam-Kris finale, but we'll see. Last but not least, we have Adam doing Aerosmith. Now, when I heard that, it took me back to those days of yore when people used to duel for the sake of honor, when they'd smack each other across the face with leather gloves and, demand satisfaction. And I was thinking, okay, is this Adam's way of bitch slapping Danny Gokey to show him how Aerosmith is really done? Because I could have sworn for a second he was going to do Dream On and do it the right way. But no, Adam's too classy for that, thank goodness. He decided to go with Crying. And Crying is one of those songs where, it's not Aerosmith or Steven Tyler at their best as far as songwriting goes, because there's so many songs that start to sound just like that one. But he did definitely do it justice and then some. That was a great rendition of Crying, but then who expected anything different? Bottom line here, folks, is that it's more of a contest between Danny and Kris in terms of who's going to be staying, because Adam's in his own competition against himself. At this point, he's kind of like, you know what, I'm just here to have fun. I'm just here to give you the Adam Lambert show, because basically I'm in a class by myself. He's not projecting it that way, but he's letting his performances speak for themselves. And honestly, that's our next American Idol as far as I'm concerned. But we'll see what America decided tonight. And with that, that's going to end our recap for this particular show. Boys and girls, less than a week left. On the 19th, we will finally have our American Idol for 2009. Can't wait for that night to get here. So until the aftershock, take it easy, and I'll talk to y'all soon.